So we've got this Triumph Speed Twin 1200 in for a full custom map using tuneecu software. I've done a few of these before and had some good results out of them. So yeah, we're going to start stripping the bike, and like I say, I've got a few bits to do. We're going to block off the charcoal canister, block off the pair valve so I can get a good air fuel ratio signal, and then we're going to drill a hole in one of the baffles so that I can get the air fuel ratio sniffer down the exhaust, load a base map in, and then we can start tuning. So now we've got the fuel tank off. I've basically disconnected the charcoal canister, which is an emissions based thing, but that bleeds fumes, fuel vapor air into the charcoal canister and then in through the throttle bodies. So we'll get rid of the charcoal canister as it makes for a better tune. So we've disconnected that and we've capped it off, capped the plug that goes to the throttle bodies off, so obviously no air gets in there. So we can build a better custom map. This bike hasn't got a pair valve or air recirculation valve, so we don't need to block that off. But when you're on the dyno, any bike that's got a recirculation system, you've got to block it off to get an accurate air fuel ratio reading for the dyno, for the tuning. So if you want it to pop and bang after, then you can just unplug the pipe after mapping and then it'll pop and bang a little bit. But personally, I prefer not to. I prefer it obviously nice and quiet, nice and smooth. But yeah, we will now get tuneecu software out, load a base map in, turn in the lambda sensors off, so then we can disconnect the lambda sensors. And then we'll do some base runs on the dyno, get our readings, and then start tuning the fuel map. So when you've loaded the base map in, you've got to turn the bike on and run it up for a couple of minutes. Follow the procedure, plug the fuse back in, give it a run up, warm it up, and then we can disconnect the lamp sensors, and then it's ready to get on the dyno. So that's the Speed Twin 1200 all wrapped up for the tuneecu mapping. It was quite a nice bike to map. It was running lean. I'll show you some graphs in a minute when we spin the camera around and talk you through some of that. But it's running around about 15.5, 15 to 1 air fuel ratio, which is obviously too lean for optimum performance and stuff. So we went into the software. We basically did 3 sets of runs because the first set of adjustments made a good improvement, but not quite enough. So then I did another load of adjustments in the fuel table, loaded that map in, and literally the air fuel ratio is almost perfect now. So, well, pretty much is perfect, just nice and smooth, bang on the line where it needs to be for optimum performance. So yeah, should transition to a lot smoother throttle on the road. We took some throttle restrictions out that are built into the ETV mapping, but it's only very top end. So did that, some slight adjustments to the ignition timing, and yeah, and then obviously got the fuel map built right. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy the videos and see the gains. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll go through some video graphs on the laptop. So I'll get some graphs pulled up on my before runs. That's 130, 20 and 10% throttle, and the 100% throttle is pretty good on the air fuel ratio, but everything else you can see is up above the ideal line. The dash line is 13.2, so that's roughly where you want to try and get it for best performance. But you can see the 30, 20 and 10% throttle, all the low speed throttle runs were all quite lean, running 15 to 1, and we need to be down here. So we go into the map and we basically adjust all the fuel in for the different throttle positions. And if I bring it up here, so this is all the same graph. And if you look at the air fuel ratio, it's pretty much bang on the line all the way across. So that should transition to a much smoother throttle. And yeah, just a generally nicer ride. I had to add about, I think it was 16% fuel to get it where it is now. And I'll road test it. Looking forward to getting this on road test and back to the customer.